Hello, how are you? Welcome to Santuário Lunar. In this video I'm going to talk about a dark goddess and very interesting, Lilith. Before we start exactly talking who Lilith is, let's understand in which context Lilith is part of. Lilith belongs to the Jewish mythology, and in this mythology, everything is good, extremely good, or everything is evil, extremely evil. There is no balance, there is no duality. Every person, every deity, every character, they have this side, this unique side. And when the very good person does something evil, does something destructive, like God, the Creator, when He destroys everything, when He punishes everyone, these acts are justified, like they were necessary. And when someone evil, totally evil, does something good, nobody talks about because it's considered to be impossible. So Lilith comes from this context. And in this literature we have a lot of details about everyone, all the characters, all the names. They have their descriptions, they have their families, they have their deeds. And we don't have Lilith, we don't find Lilith. Just like we don't find any woman capable of defying the Creator. We don't find a powerful woman with supernatural powers. There are no women characters with this kind of characteristics. So we may think, is Lilith missing from this literature on purpose, or it was accidentally missing? Because everybody knew Lilith and everybody knows Lilith. What's wrong with her? Many people attribute this image called Queen of the Night to Lilith. But she's not Lilith. Although nobody knows exactly the origin of this image, most scholars attribute it to Inanna or to Ishtar, or to their sister Ereshkigal from Mesopotamian mythology, but not Lilith. I believe myself that this is Inanna or Ishtar, because when we read those texts we see that Ereshkigal has a different depiction. Anyway, is not Lilith at all. There are some people also who say that Lilith comes from Mesopotamian mythology, that there is a demon called Lilith, but this was also debated a lot, and it was a mistake in translation. It's not Lilith exactly. So there can be a link, of course. We never know the truth exactly. But let's not consider this now. We know that Jewish mythology stole many things from the Babylon tablets, but let's not consider that demon from the air as this Lilith, this woman, this goddess we are talking about. So Lilith is the first woman, the first creation of God, the Creator. He created Adam and Lilith, not Adam and Eve. Lilith was the first, and he created both from the same way. But there was a problem. Adam wanted Lilith to be submissive to him, and during the sex, Adam wanted to be on top position because of this, because he wanted to dominate Lilith. But she didn't agree with that, and she said, if we are created from the same way, from the same Creator, why should I obey you? We should be the same, we should have the same rights of decision. And Adam gets very sad, poor him, because he wants to dominate her. As it may seem, he doesn't accept being equal rights or dominated by a female figure. So he complains to God, and this generates a first conflict here. And then some stories said that Lilith, she used the name of God in vain to curse Adam, and then he got so mad at her that he expelled her from the paradise, from Eden. Other stories said that Lilith somehow managed to discover God's real name, and this allowed her to awaken her magical powers. Thus she became a sorceress, and she grew wings, and she flew by herself away from Eden. Anyway, Lilith is not in Eden anymore and Adam is alone. So he complains to God that he is alone and he needs a female partner. God sends 3 angels after Lilith, wherever she may be, and these 3 angels are called S, and actually they stand for the archangels Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael. And they find Lilith in the west, close to the Red Sea. But when they find Lilith, she already has a family, and they consider this family to be devilish. So she has billions of sons, and she has many husbands, and she's totally free, and she does whatever she wants to do. And this is considered to be a betrayal to God's principles. So they made a proposal to her. They wanted her to go back to Eden, or they would kill 100 of her children, 100 of her offspring per day. Then we think God is so generous, so positive, so good. But anyway, Lilith says, no, I'm not returning to Eden. I don't want to be there. I'm free here, and I take care of my own life, and you take care of yours. And then we have a war here. God creates Eve, and Eve accepts everything Adam tells and everything Adam does. So Eve represents the archetypical woman who is submissive to a male, and Lilith is exactly the opposite. God the Creator wants to punish Lilith anyway, and Lilith doesn't want to be punished, and she wants to take revenge for this because she sees her offspring being killed every day. And then Lilith starts tormenting Adam during his nightmares. She provokes these nightmares, and she shows things to Adam, and she tempts him to sexual relations. It's even said that the snake which offers the apple to Eve is Lilith disguised. Lilith also torments newborns and mothers who are not married. A rather strange statement, but yes. We must observe one thing here. If Adam and Eve are in Eden, starting to populate the world, how can Lilith torment mothers which are not married? Lilith starts representing the night and the fears and everything people are afraid of. But let's just try something here. Let's invert the roles in this story. What if Adam didn't want to be submissive to Lilith, and Lilith complained to God this? What do you think it would happen? God will listen to Lilith's appeal and says, you're right, Adam must be submissive to you, just like he did to Adam. Or God will say, no, you're totally wrong. We both were created the same way, so you must respect each other. Leave in the comments this. Everything which is related to the night is related to Lilith, mainly the fears which are hidden in the night, and animals which are considered to be great assassins, like the owl who kills perfectly to eat, and the snake which is stealth and also kills violently, are considered to be symbols of Lilith. I have a video about the animals and the archetypes too. But then if we change the perspective here again, these animals that I just told you, for example, or the night itself, they are not bad. They are just smart. Every animal needs to eat to live. And the carnivores, of course, are going to eat to kill to eat. And the owl analyzes the situation and gives just one single blow to kill an animal, to kill a prey, to eat. Just like the snake, it's always stealth. Nobody knows a snake is there until it's too late. So if we just look at the bad aspect, of course we are going to transform Lilith into a bad symbol. But it's not the thing here. We can look on the other side. If we analyze Lilith's archetype, psychologically thinking, psychologically speaking, Lilith represents our shadow. Every one of us has a shadow side, and in this shadow, everything that we don't like and everything we don't want to be lies there. So our role to evolve is to understand and to dominate this shadow. Although most people, they prefer to refuse these, and this generates problems and serious mind problems, we have to face ourselves. And then making a correlation, everything that God, the Creator, the all good, almighty Creator, didn't want to happen, He got everything together and made Lilith, or transformed Lilith into this, because it's easier to project our shadow into another person than to face it, than to dominate it. For example, think about the things that you don't like in other people. Usually, these things that we don't like or that we criticize, we have inside ourselves. So we have to work these to make it better. We have to face our shadow, and we have to free and to dominate our own Lilith. Look at society today, how sick our society is. Because most people don't face their shadows, and then they project these shadows in everywhere. So we see this violence, these acts of violence, deliberate violence everywhere all the time. Because of this, people cannot control their own desires. Sexual desires, we have all these problems with sexuality because of religion mostly, because everything's a sin, everything's prohibited. And then these people that preach these things, they are the ones who do these all the time. So here's a challenge. Let's connect ourselves with Lilith to face our own shadow. So connecting with Lilith is a very difficult task, but it's worth. Let's look inside ourselves, let's identify these shadow aspects we try to hide from everyone or we try to reject, and let's accept each one of them. Let's embrace each one of them and let's dominate each one of them. This way we can free our Lilith from inside ourselves and let her be herself. So do what you think is better for you. If you want to create an altar, if you want to decorate this altar with symbols related to Lilith, the night symbols, the animals related to Lilith, feel free, but do something that can connect yourself with this energy, to look inside yourself and to get to know yourself better. So this is Lilith, the goddess, the demon, and everything which is considered to be dark, but all we need to do is look through a different perspective to understand. If you like this video, please give your thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. Use our oracle. Thank you very much, see you. And if you're still here, why don't you stay a little bit longer on the channel? Here you'll find all the goddesses I have talked about, here you'll find all the spells and studies I've talked about, and here you can subscribe for more. Thank you.